Hi, I'm Adam Fleischman from the Umami Restaurant Group. Today I'm going to show you this dish that you can serve in under 15 seconds. Well, good cooking is painful. There are no shortcuts. If it were easy to master, we would all be rock star chefs. The more obsessed you are with food, the more you realize that there are 100 details in every decision about cooking and 1,000 experiences that go into every success. Failures are plentiful. Around here, we do things the hard way to achieve the best result possible. We are the same ones pursuing great food experiences in every corner of our town, from shack to palace. We are the Foodcore. In my experience, there are 3 irreducible elements in producing great cuisine. The ingredient, the level of technique, and equally important to me, the concept you are trying to execute. Because when you have perfect ingredients and great technique, your concept is going to give you that extra edge. Today, we take a journey to the plate at a restaurant that rocks all 3 of these in abundance, Melisse, my hometown of Los Angeles, California. Chef Josiah Citron has been doing incredible work for 12 years. They have insane tasting menus, which is what I usually get. But I noticed this one dish, roast chicken for 2, which always seems so simple and yet too extravagant to order. It will cost you over $100 a person, and our idea chicken is so boring. Why would a Michelin-starred restaurant serve that? So I set out to unlock the secrets of this chicken dish. Our journey begins here with Dennis Mao, the owner of Jadori Chicken. For the past 16 years, Dennis has been raising his free-range chickens for the best chefs and the best restaurants in town. In 24 hours, his chickens make their way from the Jadori farm in California's Central Valley to downtown LA, where they are slaughtered and out for delivery. Josiah and I met Dennis at his downtown Los Angeles facility to see firsthand what makes Jadori chicken so special. So the processing is very minimal.
Very minimal, very minimal. Yeah. And my whole philosophy behind chicken is, it's more like a fish to me. It's best as fresh as possible.
Incredible ingredients are the first part of any great recipe. I'd say 99% of all cookbooks just say, 1 chicken, what beef, for a hamburger recipe. And I'm like, it really isn't that simple. I mean, you have to choose the right chicken and the right beef and the right fish to make your recipe the best. And if it just says chicken or beef, I don't think you have enough information to make a dish that Josiah would make of that caliber.
So the Jadori chicken really means chicken of the earth.
Yeah, chicken of the earth, a free-range chicken. And life on the farm is, they're raised in these barns and they have access to the outdoors. But the funny thing is that chickens are very instinctual, and even though people say free-range this, free-range that, the birds aren't like running on a prairie, running out wild, and then you have to go herd them back in. When we open up the barn doors, once in a while they might wander out there, but they know if they're out there, they're at the mercy of the elements. And suddenly they don't want to be out there. They're just coming, they still kick it. So I always try to be honest. I say, yeah, they're free to roam, but whether they do roam, I can't force them to do that.
And how did you first meet Josiah?
I just started selling to like Matsuhisa and Wolfgang. He was just getting out there, really making a name for himself.
He's got the product, he's passionate about it, and there was so much in the depth of the flavor. The flavor of the chicken came through so much. It still tastes like a chicken. I mean, the legs, they have that little bit of gaminess. They have a firmer texture as opposed to that mushier, very unappetizing, mealy texture. The water content, I think, is the greatest thing. A chicken that has a lot of water in it, all that water evaporates out. Your chicken shrinks by half and it's all gone. And then just looking at the color, the shimmeriness of it, just the way the whole look of it was exciting. It's like when you get a piece of fish or you look at it, you see the glistening of the light hitting the meat, and it's just one of those things that I was instantly into it, attracted to it, however you want to put it.
And what else is special about the chicken? I know there's probably absolutely no hormones
or
antibiotics.
Yeah, no antibiotics. It's an all-vegetarian feed, and I think it's very, very important. We don't want to eat the medicine that we give to our animals. It's going to be in their system, and when you slaughter them and you cook them, it's still going to be there. We keep it as, as...
It's hard, I know, it's hard to put in words because you're still taking a life from something.
Right,
but you try to give it the most respect you can, I think.
Yeah, because I know when the chef cooks it and puts on a plate that literally that bite of chicken is going to be a part of that person. And that's how I always felt. You got to respect it because it's going to be a part of us, or part of the person that eats it.
Later that afternoon, I met back up with Josiah in his kitchen at Melise. So here are the chickens. You're getting them in completely whole. Why?
I guess it goes back to just the heritage, my old heritage in France, my training in France about the whole of the bird, the better the quality, I can see the whole eyes, the freshness of the eyes, how they look. We use the necks for the stalks and juice, and we use the wings for the juice. The feet go inside the stock to give a little gelatin to it.
So let's get started. We have a long process here.
We do have a long process. So basically what we do is we have our brine recipe. So we start off, we do a little bit of warm water. The reason we're going to use the warm water is so we can dissolve the sugar and salt into it. We use kosher salt, brown sugar, some chopped ginger, a little crushed lemongrass.
Oh, wow.
3 ounces of Daniel's vinegar, allspice, just whole black peppercorn, cherry peppercorns,
Yeah.
orange peel, orange zest inside, crushed chili flakes.
This is a very complex
Yeah,
brine,
it's a very
lot of
complex
flavor.
vine. And then we put here thyme, parsley, bay leaf, and sage. We put that in. Now, all this we want to put in when it's warm. Let it sit a few minutes. Just the warm water and help it just kind of release some of the flavors. And then we're going to finish with some ice water and some ice cold vegetable stock.
Okay.
So we put inside, just kind of brings it down to temperature quicker, so if you need to use it. And the reason we put the vegetable stock is, I find that it imparts more flavor into the bird than putting raw vegetables inside. The chickens come in and
Little surgery.
little surgery on them, so we'll French the bone. Just kind of go around like this and then scrape it up.
Whenever you French the bones, it creates a more elegant presentation.
Yeah, it's more of an elegant presentation. So then we'll just take off the neck. Okay, take the neck off, separate the head from the neck. Then we'll take off the feet. And there we have our prepped
Great.
up chicken ready to go. Almost. So what we do here, then, special to the dish also, is that we're going to stuff it with summer truffles. Right now, it's summer truffle season.
And where are these truffles from?
These are from Italy.
And you stuff them before it goes in the brine?
I mean, you can do it either way, but then the meat's done, and we just want to take it. We tie it, we get it all ready before it goes
All
in the
ready to
brine.
go.
Kind of get the flavor, maybe gets more penetrated through it.
The
So-
truffles are going between the skin,
and the breast.
Well, this is why I never buy boneless breast and skinless breast, because you can't create any kind of stuffing in there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think even if you don't want to eat the skin, buy it with the skin on, cook it, and then take the skin off. It's so much more flavor in the chicken and
juicier. more
juicier.
flavorful.
The flavor comes through.
So you got a little butcher's twine.
The butcher's twine. Around the neck.
So Josiah, why are we tying the bird up? Why are we trussing it like that?
We trust the chicken so that you plump it up and try to make it so it cooks evenly.
Exactly.
Meat,
So it's a uniform, makes it a uniform shape and size.
Uniform shape for uniform cooking. Yeah, so it kind of plumps it up like that.
Oh yeah, now it looks like a very compact, round,
Exactly.
something that's much easier to cook.
So here we just take this here and then pop this in for 6 hours.
And you don't brine it overnight. It's only 6
No,
hours.
6 hours.
You don't want to overdo the flavor.
We don't want to get too salty,
Right.
too sweet. 6 hours is the perfect time. Then we'll just pop this in the
That's
fridge for 6 hours.
Okay, so now we're back with our chicken. We're 6 hours into the brine, and now we got about 24 hours of resting going on here,
Yes,
right?
we do. So
All
now we're
right.
going to take this out. It's already gotten a little not as firm. It was so firm when they come in.
Yeah. So the animal has to sort of age for a couple days.
Yeah, just to, come out of rigor mortis. And then we put it in the walk-in, and we try to put it under a fan, where a fan's blowing on it.
So you want as dry a chicken as
Yes,
possible
dry
when
as
you're
it
done.
can
You don't
be.
want any of this moisture.
No moisture in there, and it kind of gives it a little bit more of a stronger flavor. The oxidation in it gives it more of a little bit gamier flavor because we want it to taste like a chicken. So I'm going to throw it in the walk-in, and we'll just hang out for a little while.
Cool. So Josiah, tell us about your background. How long has Melise been here?
Okay, Melise opened in July 1999, so we've 12 years we've been here.
Wow.
I started cooking in 1986 when I graduated high school in Santa Monica. My mom was a caterer and had a cooking school in Santa Monica, and then I just started doing it, and I really kept getting more and more passionate about it. And then I moved to France and went through the rigorous French training for 3 years. Best time of my life. I mean, Paris, the work was hard, but it was great, very rewarding. I learned a lot. Then from there, I just worked at restaurants around LA, Chinois, Patina, and I always wanted to have my own fine dining restaurant, and there it is, Melise.
One of the myths I think about restaurants that it seems so bizarre to me is that people think because your restaurant's expensive and you're charging a lot of money and your prices are high, they think, oh, the owner must be making a ton of money.
Oh, of course, that's always that way.
It's usually the opposite, right? I mean, you're paying a huge staff in that kitchen, as we saw. You have the best ingredients that cost so much more than everybody else's. I mean, that's why it's expensive, right?
Yeah, that's why. And the other night we'll do 70 people and we got 32 staff on. So the old saying is, if you feed the masses, you dine with the classes. If you feed the classes, you dine with the masses.
What are your feelings about fine dining today? Why do you think fine dining is still viable, still important?
Well, I think that everything is viable and important as far as like having a great food and a casual ambiance, but I also think there's at times you want to go out and you want to be that special of anniversary or a birthday. Granted, not fine dining of the stuffy nature of fine dining of the old days, but a fine dining experience where you really get taken care of like kings and queens, and it's just all about you. It's all about the guests having a great time. So here we have the chicken ready to go in the bag. When we do it with the boilable vacuum pack bag.
Does anything go in the bag with the chicken?
No, we just put it in like raw.
Just plain, no
we
fat.
could put a little butter though.
Oh, you could.
But we don't need to, because it kind of cooks in its natural fat. But for us, it works good. We're gonna roast it in salted butter, basting it in salted butter. Right. We're gonna go over here now.
And why are we gonna sous vide this chicken?
The texture and the flavor comes out beautiful when we cook it the sous vide process. And I think that we're trying to create something that someone can't do at home. Beautiful. Nice, beautiful seal. So then we take the bag.
Crazy glue is needed for this recipe.
A little bit of super glue right here. A little weather stripping. We're gonna put this on so that we can insert the needle, the probe, so we know the exact temperature. So I kind of put it here so I can be in the deepest part of the bird here, in the breast. So we're gonna just pop this in. So now, the next step is, and we started off at 83 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes so we can preserve it, pasteurize it. Then we transfer it over to 69 degrees Celsius. Okay. And we cook it with the probe inside until the internal temperature is 66 degrees. From there we'll go and we'll chill it down. If we're not going to prepare it right away, we'll chill it down. We'll leave it 24 hours in the ice, and then we'll reheat it again at 56 degrees Celsius for 35 minutes, 40 minutes. All right.
Wow.
And now, beautiful, right? And now
beautiful.
And this is the second to last step. So our chicken is fully cooked through now, and now we're just gonna do the last stage of roasting it off, because it's important to dry it off really well so it sears nicely. So we don't need to season now because it's already been brined and seasoned. So I have a hot pan. We're gonna add some clarified butter. So we're gonna gently transfer this to the pan. Let's start off a little bit. So we get it right here. So we get it on the legs. I want to try and sear the legs.
You can see the quality of the chicken just in the state, right? It just looks plump and well nourished.
This is a very delicate part. While our chicken's finishing the roast, we're gonna get the sauce going. Right now we have a little white port shallot reduction that's reducing with a little bit of truffle juice. So little brown chicken jus, made from the roasted chicken necks and bones, reduced and glazed really nicely.
Oh, it smells so savory.
Sauce reduces, we're gonna put a little bit of, here we like to use clover cream.
Clover cream.
Yeah, it's local, it's great.
I think cream and chicken are really great.
Yeah, it is.
Great pairing.
And then here we'll just continue roasting our chicken around, just kind of finishing up, getting those last additions with the brownness on it. It's beautiful. Then we're going to take it and we're going to go and just kind of baste it a little bit of the butter and chicken fat. Kind of fry the skin a little more with the hot butter. Beautiful. That's about it. That's the roasting process of the chicken. It's gorgeous. So the sauce, we're going to finish it off with some regular butter and some foie gras butter. Now, when you put the foie gras butter in, you don't want to let it boil anymore. Yeah, otherwise it'll start to cook it.
Now that's the sauce. Beautiful.
So we're gonna use a little bit of white pepper in this, since it's a kind of a whitish sauce. A little bit of sea salt. Just a little drop of lemon juice, just to kind of bring it a little bit of brightness. Now we're gonna strain it in. Every sauce we use, it always goes through strainer after strainer. A little bit of a shaved truffle in the sauce, grated on a microplane. So we don't want to chop it beforehand so that we lose the flavor. Mix it up a little bit. There's our
Perfect.
albufera, our chicken truffle cream here. All right, beautiful. So now we're about ready to do the final presentation. Okay, so we have our albufera sauce, a little bit of cream morels, we have some of the roasted root vegetables. To finish off, we have brown butter Yukon potato puree, and now our dish is ready to be served.
Wait, we are not nearly done. Maitre d' Matt Greenberg has a lot more presentation to do to reach perfection.
All right, so the way we do this chicken is we do it in 2 courses. First, I'm going to carve off the legs here, which are going to be then brought back to the kitchen. We'll bring that out after we roast off the legs, which need a little bit more time. The trick to perfect chicken is actually undercooking the legs, which then makes the breast meat just perfect. So first I'm adding a little potato mousseline here. These are Yukon Gold potatoes. We're going to use the roasted vegetables again, little fingerling potatoes, turnips, globe carrots, spring onions, and celery root. And also some Oregon morel mushrooms, seasoned right now.
Chicken and morels is a real classic pairing.
And then we'll finish it off with my favorite part of this dish is the albufera sauce, which is the secret ingredient, which is the foie gras butter, right?
It's poultry enhancing poultry.
Bon appetit.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to taste the fruits of Josiah's labors here. 3 days of work and the taste. A little sauce. One thing you taste immediately is it doesn't even have the texture of regular chicken that we're used to. It's not, it doesn't have a watery type of flavor. It's a really intense, almost a hint of gaminess in it, and just an incredibly sort of succulent, meaty flavor that we're just not used to with chicken anymore. This dish for me really is taking chicken to its origins and the way it originally tasted. Absolutely incredible. The dark meat is served in another course.
Just keeps coming. Now we're going to do a second course here. A little duo. In front of you is going to be the chicken soup, black truffles, a little mirepoix vegetable, and then on the side we did the leg drumette.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Very, very rich, and this is a perfect accompaniment for the dark meat of the chicken because it's showing you that the dark meat really is a different flavor than the rest of the chicken. And then it's served here with the drumette, which was cooked a second time. Has just an incredible, I'm just smelling, you know, a reduced chicken flavor and truffle. To my palate, Josiah has created the best roast chicken on earth. The peak of that flavor we formerly know as chicken. To reach the heights of great cooking, you have to put in the hours and really spend time with the ingredient, and ultimately let it tell you what it wants to be, how to elevate it. And just like it takes a lot of thought to make contemporary California French cuisine, it can take a lot of complex work to end up with something just simple and perfect, a classic, now given a modern context.